all the music in the world at our fingertips and in our pockets.
Spotify was a big part of getting the music.
So no matter where you are or where you're going, Rhapsody,
Google Play Music, free music for everything you do.
It's easier now than it has ever been to get access to music, but access for the listener has in many ways cost the artist. When Napster hit the web in 1999, the music industry's revenue took a humongous hit, dropping from $14.6 billion to $6.3 billion 10 years later. Since that time, it's hovered around $7 billion. Digital streaming has taken over. The race between digital downloads and digital streams isn't even close. But for artists, that can be a huge problem because streaming doesn't pay nearly the amount of money digital downloads or physical CDs do. For example, every time you play Kendrick Lamar's Alright on Spotify, Spotify pays Lamar's rights holders less than a penny, somewhere between 0.006 and 0.0084. So after 1,000 plays, that comes to somewhere between $6 and $8.40. An artist's rights holders are whoever owns the master recordings, usually the record label and the publisher. On average, for Spotify at least, this accounts for 70% of the payout. That payout is then split 3 ways, with about half of the money going to the record label. The rest is split amongst the artist and the publisher. After all this, the artist may walk away with anywhere between $1.50 and $2.10 per 1,000 plays. Now, obviously that payout depends on a lot of factors, one being how popular or unpopular the streaming service is. The more members Spotify, Apple Music, or Rhapsody has, the more money it can give and the more artists it can support. But another important factor is the artist's royalty rate, which is negotiated between artists and record label. Once Spotify pays the label and publisher, it's up to the label to pay the artist, whatever percentage is in his or her contract.
I want to take a moment to acknowledge that 2014 marks the 30th anniversary of a rap label that rocked our world.
And while having a record label is the more traditional route for popular artists, it pays to be independent.
Independence. It was not necessarily by choice at first. It was because no one had ever heard of us.
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis released their Grammy Award-winning album independently, which means they don't have to split the profits with anyone. No royalty rate, no label or publisher fee off the top. But even for a huge independent success like Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, it takes a lot of plays to get anywhere with digital streaming. Thrift Shop has been played on Spotify 253,515,419 times. If the rap duo received the full 0.0084 per play on Thrift Shop, that still only equates to a little over $2 million. Compare that with the money an artist makes from literally any other type of purchase. Download Shake It Off on iTunes and Taylor Swift gets almost 23 cents. Download 1989 and Swift gets at least $2.30. Buy 1989 from Target or Walmart and Swift gets almost $3. And again, that check nearly doubles if there's no major label to pay. Now obviously, endorsements, concerts, merchandise, and appearances play a large role in any artist's bottom line, and concert ticket prices and attendance are still fairly high. Not only that, but most streaming companies will argue that while they're not paying much, at least they're paying. And the other option for their listeners is pirating music. For Newsy, I'm Jamal Andrus.